29 April 2021, and I'm joined by Mr. Kennedy Mandaza, ZANU-PF spokesman for SA, ZANU-PF. How are you, sir?
I'm good, and you?
Right, so today we want to have a quick discussion about an issue that has been in the press, and this is with regards to an invitation by ZANU-PF for members of G40 to come back into ZANU-PF. Have you seen this story in the Daily News and the Herald?
Yes, I have, and it is true that ZANU-PF is inviting G40 members as well as other Zimbabweans to join ZANU-PF.
Okay, what is the reason behind this invitation?
The invitation for G40 members and other Zimbabweans to come back or join ZANU-PF is consistent with what President Mnangagwa has been preaching since his inauguration as President of the Republic of Zimbabwe on the 24th of November 2017. He, at that particular time, said, let bygones be bygones. And he also said that there is need for Zimbabweans to preach love and unity all the time. Therefore, this call or invitation is an appreciation and understanding that every Zimbabwean has a role to play in the development of the country and the growth of the economy. Therefore, the readmission of G40 members, if they so wish, into ZANU-PF unconditionally is premised on this position that the president and the party has taken for some time. Furthermore, ZANU-PF's commissariat department is in the process of building a party membership of at least 5 million by 2023. Therefore, as a party, we are obliged to welcome all who want to join the party to boost its membership base. And besides, it is now common knowledge and very clear to many people that there is no other party in Zimbabwe with the interest of the people other than ZANU-PF. That's why we are calling each and every individual, including G40 members, to come back home.
Okay, so let us go into a bit of detail. Some of the G40 members have been very vocal in speaking against the new government of President Mnangagwa. How is that going to work? Are you going to allow them to continue, or they have to stop?
Well, you know, Zimbabweans have a democratic right to express their what they think about any government. And those of the G40 members who have been expressing their thoughts or disgruntlement on the current leadership, they are still being given this opportunity to come back to ZANU-PF and begin to walk the same walk that many other people are walking. They have been part of ZANU-PF for some time, and they cannot therefore think that ZANU-PF will not go ahead and do programs that the ZANU-PF wishes to do and continues to do for the generality of the people in Zimbabwe. That's why you have seen even people from the opposition, MDC, they are coming in hordes to join ZANU-PF. It is because they have seen that ZANU-PF's ideology, policies, and programs are meant for the people of Zimbabwe.
Okay, then in terms of criminal charges, we know that some of them are facing criminal charges in Zimbabwe. Is there going to be an amnesty?
Well, the criminal charges are laid by the government in the police services. Those are the people that have to deal with issues that relates to crimes committed by anyone. What ZANU-PF is doing is calling people to come back to ZANU-PF as a party. And if any of the people that wish to come back to ZANU-PF, they have charges that they are supposed to answer, they can go and answer to these charges. They have clear. If they do not have any cases, the police will clear them. But as a party, we have an obligation to call upon each and every Zimbabwean, including those members of the G40 who wish to come to join ZANU-PF, to do so and the issues that have to do with criminality and so on, they are dealt with by the responsible authorities.
Okay, I'm speaking here specifically of those that have been reported, for example, to Interpol. Are they still going to be reported to Interpol, or maybe there will be some rethinking there?
Like I've already indicated, ZANU-PF as a party has no jurisdiction to issues that have been committed by people. That is dealt with by the police. And if ZANU-PF has not reported anybody to Interpol, it is the police that would have done that if there are people that have been reported to Interpol. And as a result, it is the police that has the responsibility of making sure that people have been cleared. And that is the position. But for now, as ZANU-PF, we are saying anyone who wishes to join ZANU-PF should come in and will be admitted unconditionally. Processes that have to do with the judiciary, those processes are undertaken by the judiciary, which is not in any way an arm of ZANU-PF.
Okay, I do understand that. Now let's go to the process. What process does someone take if they want to come back to ZANU-PF?
If you have indicated indications to come back to ZANU-PF or to rejoin, there is a process that you are going to follow, one of which is to fill in the information. There are application forms that are there, and admittance, like has already been said by the Secretary for Administration, it is unconditionally. And the approval will be done by the responsible branch or province or wherever an individual has applied. What ZANU-PF has decided to do now is to make sure that we strengthen the knowledge base of our membership. Therefore, Chitepo School of Ideology comes in now to take through the people, the new members, through the basic orientation program, so that the new members and those that are being readmitted understand the party ideology, understand the policies and the programs, and also they are made aware of the manifesto and the constitution of ZANU-PF, so that they are not found wanting at any given time. So the Chitepo School of Ideology becomes a critical component in the readmission of the people, so that we have a membership base which is knowledgeable of what is supposed to be taking place in the country, and which is being done by ZANU-PF.
Okay, so someone fills in the form in their local province, and then what happens after that? Is it automatic, or it has to be taken for further processing?
Like the Secretary General has said very clearly, there shouldn't be any processes that will hinder the readmission of an individual if the individual expresses a willingness to join ZANU-PF. Therefore, once an individual shows that interest and has put in his name, what is left now is that the names are going into a database where, upon payment of the membership fee, which one is supposed to pay, you will then get your membership card, which is obligated by the Constitution. You are supposed to subscribe monthly. This is what we would expect members to do. That's why the thrust now is on building a membership base as opposed to a support base, because supporters come and go, but membership, they remain loyal to the organization to which they belong. So there are no strict processes that will hinder anybody to become a member of ZANU-PF, as said by the Secretary General.
Okay, then let's go to contesting in positions in the party. Are these people who were in G40 allowed to join and then contest in positions?
Well, what is very clear with the ZANU-PF is that it has structures which start from the cell. An individual joins the party and is readmitted at cell level. You should therefore rise from this from cell to the branch, and as long as you have satisfied the requirements will be stated by the rules and regulations that will govern any election at a later stage, then any individual is supposed to contest any election. But there are guidelines that are set by the Central Committee or by the party to make sure that they are exercised as and when elections are due, be it at branch level, be it at district level, and even when one wants to contest in the primaries for positions that might arise later.
And that brings us to the topic of very prominent members, or those who are called G40 kingpins. Are those going to be allowed back into their old positions? Or what happens to very prominent people, like very outspoken people like Jonathan Moyo, who had joined the opposition, Professor Jonathan Moyo, Seveka Sukwere, Blessing Mugabe?
You don't need to be outspoken in order for you to earn a position in ZANU-PF. You need to go through the stages that one has to go through in order for one to qualify. And understandably, on the basis that you have been elected by the people, and also you have been elected by the structures from which you come from. So it does not necessarily mean that if individuals that are so referred to be prominent are to come back to ZANU-PF, they will immediately go back to the positions where they were. They are going to join ZANU-PF from the cell in the district or village from where they come from, or location or township where they come from. And they will then have to rise from those structures because they are joining as ordinary members. They are not joining as leaders of the party. So that is the position. Everyone else starts from a low level and you rise in those structures. If they are vocal enough in those structures and they are voted by people to rise as quickly as the law will allow, the regulations as ZANU-PF will allow, so be it. They will be found in the position that they are seen fit by the party.
Okay, since most of them are resident here in South Africa, have they approached you as ZANU-PF South Africa to join?
No, we haven't received anybody who has approached us from the G40 people. We hope that they've decided to take the route, or if there are any, to go to the national to make sure that they make the necessary applications, and then a readmission will follow suit. But as of now, we haven't received any in South Africa.
Okay, but if they were to approach you here in South Africa, would you be able to process them?
We are accepting people from MDC, from the former ZANU-PF, from the former ZAPU, and so on. We have no reason to deny anybody an opportunity to become a member of ZANU-PF if they were to approach us here in South Africa.
Right, thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy Mandaza. I think the topic has been properly dealt with, and everyone now understands what to do if they want to go back into ZANU-PF from G40. Is there anything else you want to say before we close?
Well, all what I want to say is that ZANU-PF is the sure foot forward. Each and every individual is welcome into ZANU-PF, is what the president and the party have said. ZANU-PF ihomwe isingazare inokwana munhu wese chausingakwanise kuita kuisawo ZANU-PF muhomwe machona. Therefore, we call upon all Zimbabweans to come on board and be part of the development agenda currently unfolding in the country. Success is reloading, is loading, and be part of it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy Mandaza, ZANU-PF spokesperson for South Africa, and I'm very happy to have heard you again after a long time. Thank you very much, sir.
And you're most welcome.